AI represents a huge trend in job interviews, and I wanted to present you with 5 scenarios where you should use your critical thinking with AI. AI will always trust the job description, and I know many of you use AI to read the job description and to try to predict the types of questions you can expect in your job interviews. Now, what if I told you that those job descriptions are quite close to a marketing manifesto, and nowadays companies are even expediting the job description writing process by using AI bots. So the takeaway here would be try to take the job description with a grain of salt and use the phone screening rounds to question everything that's in there, things such as how hands-on versus hands-off your role is expected to be, the types of qualifications that they're really looking for in the ideal candidate. Next, AI will never ask you for clarifications to the question you're asking it. They will always try to give you an answer, regardless of how clear or not your question is. You should employ the opposite approach during a job interview. Oftentimes, interviewers' questions can be unclear, can be on the longer side. Oftentimes, these questions can be so vague that it would be a lot superior approach if you ask them some follow-up questions to understand what they're actually looking for in the best possible answers. So what I'm pitching to you here in job interviews, don't shy away from trying to clarify what the question is all about. This being critically important if you want to give your best, not your second best story. The next thing I'd like to talk about here is that AI will never stop you midway through your answer to say, hey, is it what you're looking for, or would you like me to give you another answer to what you're asking? In reality, in job interviews, the situation is quite different. The best candidates are also the best listeners. So I would invite you to always keep an eye on your interviewer, because oftentimes these interviewers will send you some signals of how good you or not your answers are. If your answers are great, no problem, you can go ahead. Even you could go on the longer side with your interview answers and interview on your strength. But more interestingly, sometimes your answer might not be the best, and your interviewer might signal that if only you looked at them, or if you kept a little bit of eye contact every now and then. And what happens is that if you spot this behavior, then you could switch, hey, am I going in the right direction? Is this what you're looking for? Maybe I could share another example for you. So you could course correct, right? Unlike the AI, when it gives you an answer, it gives you the answer in full, and then you move on. The next thing I'd like to talk about here would be that you see how AI rewarded answers look picture perfect. They contain all the relevant details. It's the perfect star format with the introduction and learnings and reflections and metrics in the results and whatnot. This might surprise some of you, but in reality, I would advise you to look for the opposite, to try to pitch the core idea in the question you're being asked. Try to pitch it as good as possible without necessarily trying to fit into a mold, be that the star format or whatever other format is today. If you need to improve your interviewing skills, your communication skills, I should say, then yes, it may make sense for you to structure your answers in whatever format. But from here, trying to fit your answers in the star format to pass job interviews, there's a very, very long way to go. And one more thing here, you'll notice that the moment you ask AI to improve your interview answers, it will almost certainly try to come up with some little new metric or a decision that didn't really happen. This is a trap, and quite a dangerous trap, and the first thing that interviewers are looking for when screening candidates these days, simply because the AI is such a huge trend, and they know there's this tendency to bluff in these job interviews. And last but not least, AI will always try to answer the specific question you're asking it. In a job interview, you should read a little bit between the lines of the question you're getting asked. For example, if they ask you what is a time when you had a conflict with a colleague, and let's say you're applying for a senior PM role, chances are your best story around conflict resolution could be a cross-functional conflict. Yes, it could be a colleague, but that would be cross-functionally rather than your colleague that you're working in the same office for the past 5 years. So try to sell yourself during job interviews by reading between the lines and answering the behavior. Don't just answer the question you're getting asked. I realize this is a little bit on the advanced side, but I see that with people who practice answering this question, that this is also professional advice once you master these interviewing skills a little bit. So I hope you found this useful, and thank you very much for watching.